Hello, people. Hello, Elva. Who else is here? North Carolina. DJ's here. Hi, DJ. Deb in Idaho. Yes, I'm in a real bar today. Rachel's here. Miss Freeman. Well, not anymore. Good to see you. Hi, Laura. Happy Tuesday, DJ. Paula in Maine. Christina is here. Tipsy Tuesday in a real bar. My mom is here. California. Hi, Mom. So, a real bar today at the correct time. It's probably going to be loud. Everybody is out. Everywhere is packed. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's drinking. So this is, I assume you can hear me okay, right? Because I have the mic on, but it's really loud around here. But this is, it's some type of spritz. It's not an Aperol. It's not Campari. Oh, my dad's here too. Hi, Dad. It's their house bitter and Prosecco. So it's like an Aperol, but it's not Aperol. And it's very, very bitter. Not sweet at all. Elvis says the cooking segment was very good. Good job. Yeah, she did a great job with the carbonara cooking class this weekend. So that went really well. All right, so if you haven't been keeping up, most of Italy switched to yellow on Monday, which means that things are able to open, restaurants, cafes, bars, they can serve coffee, drinks, lunch, dinner, only outside tables. So places like this, they added like a whole deck. So where I'm sitting isn't usually here, but they have like, they built a floor. I don't know if I can show you. Let's see if I can show you. Like you can see, they built like a wooden floor. See the wood floor? And they have little umbrellas. So, but yeah, it's not normally here. So a lot of restaurants, bars, and cafes have had to do this. But it's nice because Italy, you know, is known for people dining outside. But the truth is, a lot of places didn't have that much space. So usually, and I'll show you over here, you can see those tables. Usually that's all they had. Just maybe eight tables set up outside, because this is a big place with a lot of indoor seating. Because these places have to pay for the space. Oh, somebody just dumped his wine all over his friend on accident. There's a lot going on here. Anyway, so places used to have to pay to have tables on the sidewalk or on the piazza. But now, as part of the reopening process, they're given all the space for free. They don't have to pay the taxes. So they're able to put a lot of tables. So there's a lot of tables here behind me. And then they built like another outdoor patio over there. And so now there's probably a couple hundred people outside that usually would have to sit inside. But that's how they're able to reopen. So this is Zanzara. I've been here, I brought you here before. That's the name. I think it's backwards. It means mosquito. But I come here a lot for Tipsy Tuesday. And I also go to a bar called Emeralds, which is right across the street. They don't have as many tables. They just have, I could see them over there. They only have a few tables outside because they don't have as big of a sidewalk. this place is lucky because they have a big sidewalk, so they can have tables all the way around the block, basically. So, very excited to be back at the usual time, which is 7 o'clock Rome time, so 1 o'clock Eastern. Because I can't remember the last time we were able to be out this late. Because most bars, even when they reopened, like when we were Orange, they had to shut down they had to stop serving to the table by 6 p.m. And so that was before Christmas. So it's been like 4 or 5 months, I think. It was even earlier than Christmas. I don't know how long. So super excited to be back out. And we haven't been to dinner yet in a restaurant. I'm looking forward to that too. It's actually supposed to be rainy all week, which isn't really the best for outdoor dining. But we'll make do. But anyway, super excited. Everybody's posting pictures of going to lunch, going to coffee, going to bars, and they don't have to close till 10, which is when curfew is. I guess they have to close a little before 10. So it's almost like things are normal-ish. Again, we still have to wear the masks outside. Museums are reopening. Vatican Museum's open next week. Other museums have already reopened. The Dome of St. Peter's is open. Right by a busy street, so a lot of people out driving too. What else? What else? We can go to different regions now, so we can go all over Italy, as long as it's like a yellow region. So that's most places. And so yeah, it's really exciting. You may have seen or heard about the New York Times article that said Italy is open to vaccinated Americans this summer, and I posted about that. It was very poorly worded, so I wasn't very happy about it. And yeah, so nothing is official yet that Italy's going to reopen to Americans this summer. We're hopeful that that happens, but it's not confirmed like the article says. And what the headline said was, EU will allow vaccinated Americans this summer. So that kind of makes it sound like it's a done deal, but it's not. And also, the thing that they're referencing is the Green Pass, which the Green Pass, as it's going to be in Europe, means that anyone who has been vaccinated or has recovered or passes a negative test will be allowed to travel within Europe. And so they're saying if Americans fit that criteria, then they will be able to travel within Europe. But again, it's not certain. It's just kind of a rumor. But somebody that works in Brussels said it. And so that's why they're making it out to be news. Plus, it sounds better. You get a lot more clicks and news articles if you say that it's certain. And that's what happens. So I've been getting messages nonstop. I've had people wanting to book tours. I've had people like making plans on information that's not accurate. And then I have friends that are in other countries, in France and in Austria, that are getting the same thing, like their families contacting them, because all the news outlets in America are running the story, which isn't true yet. So don't get your hopes up yet. We are hopeful that travel will resume soon, but we don't know for sure. All right, so I'm done with that. So I thought maybe today I could answer questions if you have questions. It doesn't have to be like virus related or travel related, just whatever. I don't have anybody else here to talk to. The family didn't join me today. I don't know anybody sitting by me. So I thought I could just like talk to you and answer questions. Plus I'm excited to just be out. So I didn't really have anything prepared to say. But I will say in the meantime that the last podcast, if you didn't listen to it yet, is all about this. It's all about drinking. So we talked about the drinking culture in Italy. So aperitivi, what they drink before dinner, what they drink during dinner, what they drink after dinner. So I think it's a very good episode. So if you haven't listened to that, the Catholic Traveler podcast. Go listen to it. So a lot of people here are starting to leave because aperitivo time is ending and dinner time is beginning. So aperitivo, you know, it's what people drink before they go to dinner, and they have snacks. So they've already brought me, like, this is a fried eggplant ball. They brought a little pizza, a little quiche thing, a little sandwich thing that I won't eat. Oh, here's the pizza. Like the little pieces of pizza. And they just keep bringing out food as long as you sit here. So it's a snack you have before dinner. And then they'll go to dinner. So that's what people are doing now. But this place actually has really good food too. So it's right by the Vatican, just a few blocks from the Vatican Wall in the Prati neighborhood, not far from the Borgo. A lot of people know the Borgo neighborhood. And so it's a great place to visit whenever you get back to Rome. Do I know anything about answering questions now? Do I know anything about what the rules will be for travel with students? Yeah, so the exchange programs, the study abroad programs, they've been going on already for months, I guess the whole school year. It depends on the school though, so I don't know which programs are going on. You mentioned University of Dallas. I think that they're already here. So yeah, there's a lot of American students here in Rome. I don't know I imagine the requirements are the same as everyone else here. You have to just have a valid reason. That's one of the few valid reasons for visiting Italy right now, is to come over as a student. I know not all programs are going on, but a lot of them are. Paula asked, did they just give you the food for free? It's included in the price of the drink. So this drink is €7. So that's about maybe $8.50. But usually you can find like an Aperol Spritz at a lot of places for like €5, or depending on where you are, it might even go up to as much as 10, or if it's a really fancy bar, maybe 20. So when I take you to the rooftop bars, those drinks are usually €20. But places like this, it's usually 5 to 7. And the food, they just bring it out, so it's not extra. And they bring out all kinds of stuff. Like, they're still bringing it out, but sometimes there's like a chicken nugget, or sometimes it's just potato chips and olives. So it really just depends where you go. How do Italians feel about travel opening when there are still so many restrictions? So I saw a lot of people, especially expats, very excited about that New York Times article and posting it and sharing it, excited that travel's reopening, especially people in the tourism industry because we're all out of work. But honestly, I mean, a lot of people are also a little nervous because while many Americans have been vaccinated, here in Italy, not so many have been vaccinated. I think they're still working on the 60s and over. So it's going to be a while before everyone here is vaccinated. So while the Americans might be vaccinated, and then I guess no one really knows like for sure what can and can't happen, but vaccinated people could still carry the virus, right? Maybe or transmit it, I don't know. So your server might be somebody that hasn't had it yet. So some of them are nervous about the prospects of things opening. Many people are excited because we're missing out on the tourism industry. So yeah, it just depends on who you talk to. A lot of my Italian friends say it's too soon. A lot of my expat people that I know, they're all ready for it. So, hi Amanda. So again, if you missed it, I'm at Zanzara drinking it's their house spritz. So it's their house bitter and Prosecco. Kind of like an Aperol Spritz, maybe like a Campari Spritz, but super, super bitter. Like almost too much for me. And I updated you on that New York Times article, and I mentioned that everything here, restaurants are now allowed to open for outdoor dining until around 10 p.m. They have to. Last night on my street, there are restaurants. There are a lot of people still at restaurants at 10 p.m. Our curfew's at 10, so I don't know how that works out. But yeah, so it's very exciting, and places are packed because everybody's so excited to have coffee, drinks, and food in a restaurant instead of doing carryout. DJ asks, what was the reaction to Christina's carbonara lesson on Patreon? So we did a cooking class on Patreon on Saturday, and it went really, really well. Carbonara is a very simple dish, but it's very easy to mess up. And so Christina made the Abruzzi version of carbonara, and it was the best that she's ever made. Like, the kids agreed, she agreed, I agreed. It was the best. And she makes it all the time, but it was the best. And then so many people that watched and participated have been sending their pictures, and they said it turned out great. Most people had to make it with pancetta because guanciale is a little hard to get. But yeah, I think it went really well, DJ. You made it. What did you think? But it was a lot of fun. So I think next we're going to do bolognese, maybe. Something like that. We've already done amatriciana, cacio e pepe, and now carbonara. What other questions do you have? I'm just answering your questions today. So, anything you want to ask, I am here. Oh, I found out something yesterday. Someone that I follow on Instagram posted a picture of one of her dad's paintings, and it looked exactly like a painting that I have. And so in her painting, she had the signature of her father who painted it, and it's different than the signature on mine. And so that's kind of our new mystery. Like, did we get a fake painting? So I'll have to let you know how that turns out. But I'm hoping it's not fake. I mean, it looks exactly like the one that her father did. He has like a whole series, and he even did multiples of the same scene, but the signature's completely different, so that's kind of confusing. Amanda says eating in my kitchen is more fun. Than what? Than eating in your kitchen? I would agree with that. I've never eaten in your kitchen, Amanda, so I don't know. But I know that you've eaten in my kitchen. My mom says they want the orange pasta. She has a long way to go before she perfects the orange pasta. Squash blossoms would be awesome. We've never made that, so we would have to figure out how to do that first. But we do want to figure out how to do like an antipasti cooking class and make a bunch of different appetizers. I think that would be a lot of fun. DJ says she loved the recipe and will make it again, and Christina is a great teacher. What are my favorite hill towns in Italy? Assisi is my favorite. I don't really have like a hidden town that I like. Assisi is my favorite place to go outside of Rome. And I was hoping to go there soon, but it's going to be a while. I found out today that the hotel we use, they're not going to open until the end of May. So, what is the amazing carbonara recipe, and where does one get a copy of it? So this was I do a monthly live event for patrons on Patreon, and so that's where we did it. Umbra Americana says ciao from Assisi. Oh, you're in Assisi. Oh, good. Yeah, so we love coming to Assisi. When the restrictions lifted last time, that's the first place we went. And yeah, I did notice it was going to be raining like all week in Assisi. But we do hope to get there as soon as we can. So, kind of jealous you're there because Rome is loud and crazy. and I would love to be back in peaceful Assisi. We were looking to come like this week, as soon as things opened up, but not going to work out. DJ says the orange pasta was the worst thing she ever ate in Rome. It's funny you say that. Some people say that's their favorite thing they've ever had in Rome. So it's a very people either love or hate the orange pasta. So yeah, some people love it, some people hate it. I like it. I think it's really good. And for those that don't know, it's like this tomato sauce with with orange zest. And you can just barely taste the orange, and it's very interesting. There's another one that's really famous in Italy too. It's with a lemon zest. And a lot of the foodies love that one. And there's a restaurant near in Monte that serves it, and people make reservations for weeks. But it's really the exact same thing, only it's lemon instead of orange. I've never had that. Top 2 places to stay in Rome. The hotel that I always use for my groups is Alamondi. It's right across from the Vatican Museums. I also really like Conciliazione, that's on Borgo Pio. But that's just my favorite neighborhood in Rome. It's not the most centrally located, but it's right by the Vatican. There's a lot of good restaurants and good family that runs it. Jewel asks, is the podcast only on Apple? No, it's everywhere. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on Amazon. But on my webpage, it's there too. If you just click on podcasts, it's embedded, so you can listen to it there. If it's not working for you, then wherever you listen to podcasts, you should be able to find it. So many people out tonight. There's a line of people waiting to get in. Paula loves staying on Borgo Pio. That's my favorite street in Rome. It was the very first street that I stepped foot on when I came to Rome for the first time back in 1999. And from that moment, I knew it was going to be my favorite street. So I love it. My drink is the Zanzara Spritz. So it's their house bitter with Prosecco. So it's like an Aperol Spritz, but it's their own kind of concoction. I'm going to get another one too. Because I'm done. I just have to wait for my guy to come by. So, I see a lot of people are jumping on just now. So, I'm at this bar. I've been here a lot. I brought you here quite a few times. I'm tearing up my napkin. That's the name. I think it's backwards. Zanzara. It means mosquito. Just a few blocks from the Vatican. And they built this whole patio area. Another patio area right there. This is the restaurant/bar. But with the new restrictions, they can only do outdoor seating. And so a lot of the restaurants and bars have been able to build outdoor areas to sit. So it's one of my favorite places, not far from where I live. And you should come here when things open up again. The name of the hotel, again, is Conciliazione. That's the one that's on Borgo Pio. And Conciliazione is the name of the street in front of St. Peter's. So if you don't know how to spell it, you can just look on a map. But it's like Conciliazione. Conciliazione. And they have one room with a really nice terrace. Trying to get my server. He's not looking at me. I want another drink. Got it. Jenny says even if the girls did not like the orange pasta, she would maybe enjoy it anyway. Yeah, I don't know if that'll be the next one. I think bolognese is going to be the next one because we have a long way to go with the orange pasta. Plus, DJ doesn't want it, so I have to cater to DJ too. Yeah, the orange pasta was a disaster the last time she made it. I wasn't even there. I've just heard stories. A disaster. All right, what other questions do you have? Anything. It could be about anything in the world. We have like half an hour before I have to leave. Christina says we can do a dessert. You never make dessert. What's going on with my hair? It's very flock of seagulls. I need a haircut. That's what's going on. I don't know. I can do all kinds of stuff with it though. I don't know about flock of seagulls. Does it look like flock of seagulls? That's not the look I'm going for. Yeah, I think people would like a dessert. We could do like we could do an appetizer and a dessert. Ingredients for the spritz. This one it's their own bitter, so it's like an Aperol, but it's much more bitter than Aperol. And then Prosecco. That's it. That's all they put in it. Mandy likes it longer on the top. I mean, it's the same length that it's been for. I mean, it keeps growing. I haven't had a haircut in a while. Maybe that could be the next patrons thing. I can get a haircut live. Everybody would enjoy that. The guy that cuts my hair is a lot of fun. Antonio, I tell him to just do whatever he wants, and he gets really excited, and he's like cutting hair, and hair's flying everywhere. And when he's done, he just says "basta," and he throws down the scissors, and like does this and walks away. And then I like just have to get up and pay him. So yeah, it's fun. I like going to him. When we first moved to Rome, my hair was really long. I kept it back. Like, it was like my bangs came down to about here. I guess they weren't bangs, but I just kept it back. And after a few months, I decided I wanted to get an Italian haircut. And so I found like the fanciest place I could that could cut my hair. And I went to the Hassler Hotel. If you're familiar with the Hassler Hotel, it's one of Rome's nicest hotels. It's where a lot of celebrities stay there. It's where Tom Cruise and Katie, is that her name? When they got married. It's where they stayed for their wedding. And the guy that has a salon in the hotel, he cuts a lot of celebrities' hair. And so that's where I went. And I was hoping he would like do something new to my hair because I had all this hair to work with. And he looked at me and he was like, "Oh, your hair's perfect." And he literally cut like, I don't know, like a millimeter off of my hair and then charged me like 120 euro. And that was it. And I don't think Christina knows that. But she knows that I do crazy stuff like that. Anyway, I wasn't happy that he didn't do anything new to my hair. And so I found somebody else, and I found this guy, Antonio, who works at a salon. And I went to him, and I was like, I want a haircut. And he, too, only cut like a little bit. And then when he was done, I was like, no, I want like a real haircut, like whatever you want to do. And he got so excited, and he got out like two pair of scissors, and there was like hair flying, and he was just so excited. So now I go to him. I don't go to the expensive guy anymore. My mom said she's disowning me, but I don't know why, because I started talking about hair. What else? We looked up Hotel Alamondi. It looks great. And you want to stay on the room with the terrace. Yeah, Hotel Alamondi, it's run by the Alamondi family. They actually changed the name. It's now Hotel Museum. But yeah, a really nice family runs it. Do any religious sisters ever come on tour? I've had sisters on a few of my pilgrimages. A couple in Italy, and then one to the Holy Land. So, yeah, sometimes. I mean, I don't grab random sisters here. Gloria says my hair looks like a pigeon's nest. Do I ever stay in convents? No. A few times I've stayed in convents with school groups because they wanted to save money, but it wasn't a really good trade-off because they're not that much cheaper than the rate I get in hotels, and it comes with a curfew. And if I can remember correctly, the curfew is like 10 o'clock, which, you know, as like Americans, or you're Canadian, or Canadians, you know, that doesn't seem like it's late. That seems like a good time to go home and go to bed. But since most restaurants here don't even really start serving dinner until 8, it's rare that we're home by 10 o'clock. Plus, Gloria, you've been on a few of my trips. You know that we're not usually home back to the hotel by 10. So the curfew and the fact that the cost really wasn't that much of a savings didn't make it worth it. Suzanne says, hi Tipsy Tuesday, folks. So, hi Tipsy Tuesday, folks. What else? They're not bringing me more food. There's a chair in front of me that's like blocking the aisle, but it can't get any closer to the table. Antonio's a great name. You have to go to Tim for a haircut just for his name. Yeah, there's people that want to get their hair cut when they come to Rome, and I send them to him. What else? Jenny thinks that having sisters would bring another dimension to the tours. Oh, I agree. It's great when I have sisters on a trip, but they can't always get away. Mary Hissy said she heard of an artist called Mountain the other day. Yeah, that's I'm not named after them, but that's a pretty famous band from, I guess, the 60s. But my middle name does come from a band. It comes from Elton John. My middle name is Levon. We've always said Levon, though. S.H. Daly says, which church won the bracket challenge? So if you weren't following along, during the Lenten station churches, we went to a different station church every day. And so I did a video every day, and we also did a podcast every day. And when it was over, my podcast co-host, Joni, wanted to do a bracket. So kind of like a basketball bracket for the churches. And so she posted like different churches every day, and people could vote on their favorite. And the church that won was St. Mary Major. So it wasn't like a big shocker. It was one of the 4 major basilicas. But there were a few upsets along the way. And in the end, I think it was St. Mary Major against St. Paul Outside the Walls. And St. Paul Outside the Walls is my favorite church, but I voted for St. Mary Major because I kind of felt like if there was only one church to Rome and to visit in Rome, I feel like St. Mary Major would be the better church. So I voted for St. Mary Major, and it won. But it was fun. Do these videos in Roman neighborhoods? Do I do videos in neighborhoods outside of the center of Rome? I've gone to neighborhoods outside of the center of Rome. I haven't really done like a specific video. I've done one in Prati, which is where I am now. It's outside the historic center of Rome, but it's just a few blocks from the Vatican. And I've done the Borgo, but no, there's a lot more neighborhoods that I can do videos from. What upset surprised me the most? San Vitale. So that's a church it's a really old church in Rome. It's really far below the main level of Rome. Like you have to walk down a lot of steps to get to the church. Before this year, I'd only been to the church one time before. But they have a ton of relics, and the art shows frescoes from all these different martyrdoms. And so, sì. Grazie. I got my second. Cheers to myself. So yeah, San Vitale beat out Santi Apostoli, I think, which is where a few apostles are buried. So that was kind of surprising. I was kind of hoping that more of the smaller basilicas would make it to the end, but in the end there was St. Peter's, St. Paul, St. Mary Major, and then one more, I don't remember which. So yeah, that was it. All right, what other questions do you have? I have a whole spritz to drink. So the name of the spritz is the Zanzara spritz. So it's the name of the restaurant, Spritz. So it's like their house spritz. And again, it's just their bitter. So like an Aperol is a bitter or a Campari is a bitter. This is super bitter. So it could just be the one that they make themselves with Prosecco, and that's it. And then it has an orange slice in it. Can you have beer where I am? Oh, I don't have the drink menu anymore. They left the menu, but they didn't leave the drink menu. Yeah, there's a full beer menu here. And if I look inside, I see a bunch of taps. I can't see what it is. But yeah, you can get beer all over Rome. And there's a few places here that are big with craft beers. Christina just got here. I didn't even know she was coming. Come say hi, everybody. Take your mask off. Hello. Look, Christina came to join me. You can drink my drink. Do you want your own?
I'll drink yours.
You can share. They haven't brought much food.
Maybe they'll bring more since I'm
People are saying hi. Hi. She says hi back. Azia says, is it true and over COVID too? I don't understand what you're asking. I don't understand. Yeah, everybody's excited you're here. Laura, Elva, Jenny, Auntie Sela, Gloria, Duncan, Sherry, Mandy. Everybody's happy you're here. She just came to eat the food. Because like I said, they keep bringing out food and I never eat it. And so we're just a few blocks from home, so. But they haven't been bringing out much food.
Maybe they didn't expect so many people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. The place is packed.
Well, I had it come in case anybody wanted any clarification on that orange pasta.
All right. Kristen says it was a wonderful cooking class.
Thank you.
Laura says you're a girl after her own heart because you want the food. Here, you want this?
What is it?
I don't know. No. I think it's eggplant. Jenny says she cannot drink wine in the U.S., but you can drink it in Rome. No headache. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. I know a lot of people that have trouble with wine back home, but have no problem here. And also with pasta, like gluten allergies. People that are kind of not that end up in the hospital with gluten reactions, but just have bad reactions, have no problem eating the food here.
It's
Mary
different.
JB says what she would do for some cacio e pepe. Yeah, me too.
I can make it.
It's not the same. She makes better cacio e pepe than restaurants, but I still like to get it in restaurants just because it's fun to be out. Like, look at all the people. Isn't that fun? All these people out enjoying life. So although it's just as good or better at home, it's fun to go out and pay for it.
Okay.
Gloria says the carbonara was fabulous. All right. What other questions do you have? Any other questions? We're just sharing a drink now. It's some kind of quiche. What else? What else should I say? Anything else I need to say?
We've already talked
Did I
about
miss
the
anything?
article.
Oh, I'm in a bunch of newspapers. So, if you remember a couple weeks ago, I did an interview with Catholic News Service. So there's a video that they shared, and then they have their own article. But I guess a lot of dioceses buy their articles and then put it in their diocesan newspapers. And so the last few days, people have been sending me photos of my interview in their papers. So if you get your diocesan newspaper, flip through it and see if I'm in there, and let me know. Laura says she may need to message you to get the carbonara sauce less runny.
Okay. That's fine.
Maybe don't add as much pasta water or something. I don't know. But yeah, you can message her. She's on Instagram.
Or on the Patreon page.
Or she can answer questions on Patreon. Jenny says, thank you for this wonderful Tipsy Tuesday. She's drinking all my drink now. All right, what else? I told you about my hair. Did you see the hair part?
I did.
Did you see how much I paid for my first haircut?
No.
Oh, good. How did you miss that?
It could put me off. That's why.
Oh, good. She didn't hear that. She didn't hear how much I paid for my first Italian haircut. They're much cheaper now. All right, what else do we have? Did you say something else? Was there something else?
No. Amelia had a camping trip. That's new.
Yeah, Amelia went on a camping trip. Scouts went on camping trips. This is our first overnight camping trip in over a year. They got to go sleep in a field somewhere in a tent. So that was very exciting. Lunch inside. No lunch inside, lunch outside. Unless you're talking about you. Yeah, restaurants here, they can only serve outside. For coffee, for drinks, for lunch, and for dinner. Only outside. My mom says she's going to tell you how much my haircut cost. Mandy says that I lucked out that you didn't hear it.
I'll get it out of your mouth.
I mean, that was like 7 years ago, so it doesn't matter. Ooh, grazie.
No, this is fish.
Ooh, this is fish. So they brought little fried fishies with some kind of sauce. But Christina doesn't eat fish. They brought two. Tearing up my napkin here. All right, what else do we have? Any other questions? Concerns? last week's Tipsy Tuesday. Is that when we went on the walk? Did we walk last Tipsy Tuesday? We did. It was earlier. We walked from Piazza Navona to home.
Yeah.
Second Cup Saturday, if you missed that, that was a lot of fun because we went to the Spanish Steps, which are covered in flowers right now. So if you missed it, it's on my YouTube page. I think it's on Instagram too. You can go to IG stories. No,
We
not
also
stories.
went to the market.
Went to the market. So a lot of fun videos the last week or so. Gloria says my haircut was €10.
I don't
She knows
believe
that's
that,
not true.
Gloria.
Father Osborne, any indication with organized pilgrimages will resume in Italy? Well, first of all, I hope you're going to use me for your next pilgrimage to Italy, because that's what I do. But no, there's no indication when those are going to resume. I mentioned at the beginning there was an article in the New York Times that said tourists can come back in the summer, but that's not official, it's not true. They're just kind of hoping. So yeah, we're not sure. I think the fall we might start seeing like organized pilgrimages again because people have to have time to save up and all that. The Holy Land is planning to open at the end of May and only to pilgrimages. So if you want to do a pilgrimage to the Holy Land, I can do that too, Father. Let me know. But yeah, so they're opening in May. Italy, Europe, it's still not sure. Greece, vaccinated, negative tests, and people who've recovered can start traveling now. And France is hoping to do, that's it. It's hoping to open up next month. But Italy's still no word yet. Jenny wants to go to Ireland with me. I want to go to Ireland too. I do an amazing Ireland pilgrimage. I have a great guide. I introduced him to his wife. So on my very first Ireland pilgrimage, this woman signed up and the guide and the lady met and now they're married. Like I didn't really introduce them. They were just, she signed up for my trip and met him. But yeah, I love Ireland. I love taking people to Ireland. I love the food in Ireland. So we'll do those as soon as we can. You can't even go to Mass in Ireland right now, so it's going to be a little while. Yeah, and there you can get Guinness on tap, and it's really good. Were you gonna? Do you have your?
So I pay in
No, they'll come by.
Yeah, do you have that? I'll just
All right, so if there are no other questions, Father wants to do a young adult pilgrimage in early 22. You can email me if you want to do it with me or message me on Instagram and I can put it together for you. I've been doing this for 17 years. And we can definitely do young adults early 2022. And 22 is filling up, so yeah, we definitely want to get on that now because Uparamagal is happening in 2022 and everybody's ready to travel, so people are excited. Another dropped bottle.
I think I pay in there.
Okay. All right, Ronnie's here. Hi, Ronnie. Ronnie is the father of one of my closest friends in high school. And he traveled with me to the Holy Land 2 years ago. And Ronnie is not Catholic. So, good to see you, Ronnie. All right, what else? Christina went in to pay. I will tell her that she is a doll as soon as she comes back to the table. I did not drop the glass. The waitress did. Gloria says she has mixed Holy Land. Thank you so much. Yeah, so my dad, he is a musician. He released an album a few months ago. It's called The Holy Land Project. And the website is theholylandproject.com. It's an excellent album. You can get the CD, you can get the digital download. And it's 33 songs, all about the Holy Land. And it's good stuff. So, we are going to have to wrap it up because we have to get out of here in a few minutes. They're open until 10, but we have something to do. So, we usually finish around 8 o'clock. Next week, we will be at a different bar. I'm so excited the bars are back open at the normal time. When I started Tipsy Tuesday, it was almost, I guess it was about 10 months ago. And it was so that I could do like things like this. So I could talk to you, interact with you. And it was always at 7 o'clock Rome time. And then the restrictions kind of messed everything up, and so we had to move it to 5 o'clock. And then I had to do them from home because bars were closed. So anyway, it looks like we're back to normal. The government says we're not going to go backwards. So hopefully it's going to be the same time from here on out. All right. Anything else? Anything else before we end? Yeah, Father says pilgrimage to Rome, early 22. Keep me in mind. Yeah, I've done over 140 group pilgrimages. Everyone I've worked with before has come back multiple times. So I even do a reunion trip every year. And there's some people who've been on like 15, 16 of my pilgrimages. So definitely message me and we can talk. All right, I'm going to go so we can pay and get out of here. So thanks for watching. See you on Second Cup Saturday. That'll be 1 p.m. No, I'm getting it mixed up with Tipsy Tuesday. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 3:30 Rome time. Mandy can't wait to do another Holy Land trip. DJ says ciao. DJ's been on more of my trips than anyone else. All right, come say bye, Christina. Christina paid. Now we're going to say ciao.
Ciao.
Talk to you next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a great, what day is it? Tuesday. Have a great Tuesday. Bye.